Effective leadership in education requires both a thoughtful understanding of change and a disciplined approach to implementation. Schools are complex organizations where instructional quality, student outcomes, community expectations, and policy constraints intersect. Leading organizational change and school improvement, therefore, demands theory-informed strategies, rigorous planning cycles, and inclusive attention to culture and stakeholder engagement. This video synthesizes key change theories and implementation science, outlines strategic planning and continuous improvement approaches, and examines how school culture and turnaround strategies interrelate to produce sustained school improvement. Change theories and implementation science. The practice of leading school improvement benefits from grounding in change theories that explain how people and organizations adapt. John Kotter's 8-step model highlights the sequential work of change, creating urgency, building guiding coalitions, developing and communicating a compelling vision, empowering broad-based action, creating short-term wins, consolidating gains, and anchoring new approaches in culture. Kotter emphasizes leadership's role in orchestrating momentum and aligning structures to a shared direction. Michael Fulman extends this by focusing on the moral and relational dimensions of reform. Leaders must cultivate professional capital, coherence of purpose, and conditions that enable teacher learning and collaboration. Fulman stresses that change is iterative and relies on capacity building at multiple levels. William Bridges focuses specifically on the human experience of transitions, distinguishing between external change, situational shifts, and internal transition, psychological letting go, the neutral zone, and the new beginning. Bridges' framework helps leaders attend to emotions and identity work that accompany organizational shifts. Implementation science complements these theoretical lenses by concentrating on the how, putting evidence-based practices into everyday routines. It addresses fidelity, adaptation, contextual fit, and sustainment. Frameworks from implementation science, for example, stages of implementation, active implementation frameworks emphasize assessing readiness, selecting high-quality interventions, providing coaching and feedback, monitoring fidelity and outcomes, and using data to refine practice. For school leaders, blending change theory with implementation science means pairing vision and motivation, Kotter, Fulman, Bridges with practical systems for capacity building, ongoing professional learning, and measurement that translate intention into durable practice. Strategic planning, goal setting, and continuous improvement cycles. Strategic planning in schools is the bridge between aspirations and concrete actions. Effective planning begins with a clear needs assessment rooted in data, student achievement, attendance, climate surveys, and resource audits, and builds toward prioritized goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, SMART. Goal setting should be collaborative, aligning district and school priorities while remaining sensitive to local contexts. Continuous improvement models provide an operational framework for moving from plan to practice. The PDCA, Plan Do Check Act, or PDSA, Plan Do Study Act, cycles create repeated short cycles of inquiry and action, plan and intervention based on data, evidence, implemented at a manageable scale, study results through qualitative and quantitative measures, and adjust accordingly. These cycles encourage experimentation, rapid learning, and refinement rather than one-time, top-down initiatives. When embedded in school routines, data team meetings, lesson study, walkthroughs, coaching cycles, continuous improvement supports iterative progress and builds capacity for sustained change. Key to success are clear indicators of progress, realistic timelines for observing effects, and structures for coaching and feedback to support teacher learning. School culture, climate, and stakeholder engagement. Culture and climate shape the conditions under which improvement efforts either thrive or falter. Culture, shared beliefs, norms, and values, drives how staff make sense of change, prioritize instructional practice, and interact with students and families. Climate refers to the day-to-day experience of safety, trust, and support. Leaders seeking improvement must diagnose cultural assets and barriers. Where is trust strong? Where do silos inhibit collaboration? Which norms reward compliance over learning? Attention to culture requires modeling desired behaviors, reinforcing new norms through recognition and routines, and addressing counterproductive practices that undermine change. Meaningful stakeholder engagement is essential. Teachers, students, families, support staff, and community partners bring different perspectives, resources, and legitimacy to improvement work. Authentic engagement involves transparent communication, opportunities for voice and influence, and co-constructed goals where feasible. For teachers, engagement is strengthened through professional learning communities, shared leadership roles, and time allocated for collaborative problem-solving. For families and communities, engagement means accessible communication, culturally responsive outreach, and partnerships that connect classroom work to community needs. When stakeholders see their concerns reflected in goals and observe tangible improvements, their sustained support reinforces momentum. School improvement planning and turnaround strategies. School improvement planning synthesizes the foregoing elements into a focused roadmap. Strong improvement plans articulate a clear theory of action, prioritize goals, research-informed strategies, milestones, resource allocations, roles and responsibilities, and measures of implementation and impact. Plans that overreach or lack attention to capacity often fail. Therefore, leaders must balance ambition with realistic staging, sequencing initiatives to avoid overwhelming staff and to ensure fidelity. Turnaround strategies, used in persistently low-performing schools, often require more intensive interventions. Common elements include strong, stable leadership, staffing changes that ensure teacher effectiveness, enhanced instructional programs, extended learning time, targeted supports for students with the greatest needs, and aligned resources. However, evidence suggests that structural changes alone are insufficient without deep attention to professional learning, culture, and implementation support. Turnarounds that pair clear instructional priorities with coaching, data systems, and stakeholder engagement have better chances of success. Additionally, ethical considerations such as equity, transparency, and respect for staff and families must guide turnaround work to avoid harm and build legitimacy. In summary, leading organizational change in education requires a robust understanding of theories, strategic planning, and a focus on school culture. By engaging stakeholders, we can create a supportive environment for improvement. Now it's your turn. Assess your school's readiness for change. Apply these strategies in your leadership approach. Together, we can make a significant impact in education. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights on school improvement.